High-end restaurants, exclusive amenities, and the very best pools and rooms and lobbies. Is there anything not to love about Disney's Deluxe Resorts? Well, yeah, there is. But we're going to cover that today during the Ultimate Guide so you can decide for yourself whether the Deluxe Resort pros outweigh the cons. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog. Recently we posted videos covering Disney's value resorts and moderate resorts, but now we've got even bigger and pricier fish to fry. Disney's Deluxe Resorts offer top-tier amenities for top-tier prices. So today's mission is to A, show you exactly what it's like to stay in a deluxe resort, and B, find out if these luxurious hotel stays are worth the cost when all is said and done. All right, friends, we have reached the top of the pyramid. As I mentioned before, deluxe resorts are known as the top-tier hotels inside the Disney bubble. But before we can really get a chance to learn about all those different deluxe resort benefits and privileges, let's get a chance to know these hotels on a first-name basis. First up, we got the deluxe resorts hanging out in the Disney Springs area. Saratoga Springs is a DVC resort. That's Disney Vacation Club, by the way. That's all about those late 1800s upstate New York vibes when horse racing was all the rage. And Disney's Old Key West is all about the Florida vibes outside Orlando's theme parks. So think beaches, spacious golf courses, and those frozen concoctions that help me hang on. Next, we got the Skyliner Epcot area resort hotels like the Riviera, which is a modern, luxurious stay inspired by the artistic elegance of 20th century Europe. Meanwhile, the Boardwalk Inn gives you the best of three worlds. It's fancy and beachy and vintagey, all wrapped up into one hotel stay. Yacht and Beach Club are both two separate deluxe resorts that are often confused as the same hotel because they're literally right next to each other in the Epcot area. Even though they look like twins, they both take on two different themes. Beach Club is lighter, brighter, and a whole lot more beach-driven, obviously. Yacht Club has a finer air about it for those looking for a more sophisticated stay. Then there's our sole Animal Kingdom area deluxe resort, Animal Kingdom Lodge, where you'll have the opportunity to book a room with views of this resort's 4 African-inspired savannas. According to the Disney website, Animal Kingdom Lodge is home to over 200 different animals. Some of the most popular deluxe resorts can be found along the monorail loop, which is also in the Magic Kingdom area. The Contemporary Resort is one of Disney's first ever hotels, originally opening back when Magic Kingdom did on October 1st, 1971. It's hard to pin down an exact theme for this one since there's a lot going on here, but expect to find fine dining, character dining, a gorgeous Mary Blair mural, and Incredibles themed rooms. I know, there's a lot. The Polynesian Village Resort gives you a tropical hideaway worth escaping to with palm trees and beach sides and tiki drinks aplenty. Now, here's some exciting Polynesian Village news for you to mull over. On December 17th, 2024, it's coming right up, Polynesian Village will be opening up their new Disney Vacation Club building, Island Tower, which is going to include a variety of fresh DVC accommodations, including 1-bedroom and 2-bedroom villas. Along with these new waterfront rooms, the building will also receive new dining and swimming areas too. The public will be able to book these new rooms starting October 29th. And then there's Grand Floridian Resort and Spa, which is going to be your priciest resort option. But with that price point, you'll be able to stay in a resort dripping with Victorian elegance, all while treating yourself to some major pampering and fine dining and relaxation. And while Fort Wilderness and Wilderness Lodge aren't on the monorail line like the other three, they're still part of the Magic Kingdom resort area. Fort Wilderness used to be a moderate resort with fairly affordable and spacious cabins, and while those cabins didn't go away, they have been swept under the wing of the Disney Vacation Club, meaning they've been reimagined into a more modernized resort option with updated furnishings and amenities. But despite these cabin upgrades, the Fort Wilderness campsite is still just the same as ever. So whether you want to rough it tent style or go glamping in your souped up RV, Disney's got a fully equipped campsite where you can become one with nature for a much cheaper price point. And Wilderness Lodge keeps you in sync with nature while also providing you with a comfy and upscale Pacific Northwest themed stay. Now, since new hotel rooms have come or are about to arrive in the Disney World scene, we've recently updated our free Disney World hotel guide to reflect it. So when you scan the QR code that you see on the screen right now, you'll not only get to learn more about these new hotel stays, as well as every single Disney-owned hotel you can possibly stay in on Disney World property, but you're also going to be able to see our full rankings list for each resort to learn more about our favorite properties, as well as the ones we believe have potential but aren't really our go-tos yet by any means. You can also pick up this guide over at disneyfoodblog.com/hotels and we'll send it straight to your email. Again, totally free and very, very worth it because there are over 20 hotels in Disney World and you're going to be spending a ton of money on wherever you stay. So Definitely check this free guide out and get a vibe for each of these hotels, narrow it down with your fam, figure out which one might be right for you. When it comes to Disney's value and moderate resorts, room types are kept pretty basic. You got your standard rooms, your preferred rooms, which put you closer to the resort's main amenities, and depending on where you stay, a few more spacious options like maybe a family suite or some of the fifth sleeper options. And all of Disney's deluxe resorts have those same options too, but along with these room options, the deluxe resorts have several other room types that you might want to splurge on for even more wiggle room and more unique stays. Every deluxe resort will have options like 1, 2, and 3 bedroom stays, as well as some unique offerings exclusive to that specific resort. For instance, Saratoga Springs has treehouse villas, which are villas elevated to put you among the forest of trees. I do love early mornings here, just taking in the scenery out on the front porch with a nice hot cup of tea. It's very peaceful. Boardwalk Inn has garden suites that are 2 stories tall and feel more like a home, less like a vacation destination. The first floor features the living room area, a half bath, a wet bar, and a queen-size sofa, while the second floor is the upstairs loft with an elevated king-size bed, second TV, and a full bath with a giant jacuzzi tub for relaxation to the max. Each yard has a white picket fence, professionally landscaped lawn, and full-on rose gardens, which, wow, okay, Disney, let me just pack my bags and move right on in forever. These are big with the honeymoon set, by the way. Along with the Polynesian Village's new DVC Island Tower, you can currently book one of their ultra-exclusive, ultra-expensive Bora Bora bungalows. These sit atop the Seven Seas Lagoon and have a beautiful, distant view of Cinderella Castle. You'll have a private deck, your very own plunge pool, a full kitchen, living area, multiple bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, even enough room to sleep up to 8 guests. Then there are the Copper Creek Cabins at Wilderness Lodge, where you're going to get to enjoy that crackle of the fireplace in your spacious living room, along with a full kitchen, separate bedrooms, washer dryer, and a private built-in hot tub on the enclosed back deck. Ooh, now a private hot tub would be real nice if your back hates you after a ride on Space Mountain, which mine usually does. And of course, can't forget about the shiny new Fort Wilderness Cabins, which can sleep up to 6 adults and feature a bedroom, bathroom, living room, full kitchen, and private patio. Now, each of the deluxe resorts also has club level options, where the rooms will be similar to a normal deluxe room or a multi-bedroom layout, but you'll also have access to your resort's special lounge that offers snacks and beverages throughout the day. While the offerings vary by hotel, typically you'll find light continental style breakfast options in the morning, snacks and beverages in the afternoon, some tapas, wine, beer, and cocktails in the evening. Those who book a club level room will also receive planning help before your visit and a dedicated concierge desk on site to help you get any last-minute advanced dining reservations and other vacation add-ons like tours and dessert parties. Oh, and you'll also get that nightly turn-down service complete with pillow mints or chocolates or whatever, and like who can resist a pillow mint or chocolate? It's the little things. Something else that you'll want to think about before booking a deluxe room is what kind of view you want your room to have. For some of y'all, that might not be your top concern, and any old view will do. You're at Disney World. But deluxe resorts do tend to have a lot more choices when it comes to what you'll see out your window all trip long versus what you'll see out your window over at the moderate and value resorts. While mods and values might have pool views or the occasional water view, deluxe resorts will have a greater variety of different room views to choose from, like woods views at Wilderness Lodge or theme park views around the Magic Kingdom area hotels, garden views at certain locations, or my personal favorite, Savannah views at Animal Kingdom Lodge. You can also get fireworks views in a couple of these hotels, so be sure to check out what's available. So transportation is tricky to talk about in regards to the deluxe resorts because some deluxe resorts have the ultimate free transportation advantage, while others are very much lacking in that department. Take the Disney Springs resorts, for instance. While both Saratoga Springs and Old Key West are solid resorts for those who are planning on spending a lot of time around Disney Springs, since you'll have a water taxi service at your disposal, both resorts also have internal bus loops that you'll have to endure anytime you want to head over to the parks. What's an internal bus loop? Well, it's something you're going to love and hate at the same time. Basically, when a resort has an internal bus loop, it means they're going to have multiple bus stop locations around the entire hotel. And that's great when it comes to not having to worry about walking too terribly far from any particular hotel room to reach a stop near you. But these buses will pick up guests at every single one of these stops. And that means if a bus is already getting pretty packed by the time it reaches you, there's a good chance that it'll only be able to take a couple more guests before moving right along, leaving you to have to wait for the next next bus and hope it'll have fewer people on board. You'll definitely need to budget in extra time for your itinerary to factor in these internal loops, especially if you're trying to make it to a park's rope drop or make it on time to a dining reservation, because internal bus loops will take longer to get you from place to place. Animal Kingdom Lodge probably has the shortest end of the stick when it comes to free resort transportation. Although we love this hotel dearly, it only uses Disney buses and nothing else. And once again, because this resort is so spread out, it also uses that dreaded internal bus loop for taking you to and from Jambo House and Kandani Village. Of course, you can always drive yourself to and from the parks if you prefer, or you can book a ride share service to take you to where you need to go in a jiffy, but it can still be kind of a bummer to have to invest extra into transportation around Disney when you're already paying so much for a deluxe resort like this in the first place. Now, if you're looking for the best transportation options that come along with deluxe resort stays, you're going to need to turn toward the Epcot area or Magic Kingdom area resorts. Riviera is a part of the Disney Skyliner route, so you can just hop on a gondola and fly over to Epcot or Hollywood Studios when the mood strikes, as long as you've got the park tickets purchased, that is. That being said, Caribbean Beach, Pop Century, Art of Animation, also on the Skyliner route and are much cheaper room options, mostly, than what the Riviera will provide. So if you're just looking for easy Skyliner access and that's it, that might not be a big enough pull to book a room at the Riviera when it's real expensive and there are lots more affordable options with the same benefits. Now, when it comes to Boardwalk Inn and Yacht and Beach Club, Swan and Dolphin, that's a whole other story because each of these resorts are literally kept in Epcot's backyard. So you can walk right up to the International Gateway, that's Epcot's back entrance, without worrying about waiting in line for any mode of transportation to take you over there. It's amazing. You're also going to be within walking distance to Hollywood Studios, though that stroll is a little bit longer. But if you want to save your steps, you can always take a friendship boat from any of these resorts to get over to Hollywood Studios and Epcot instead. And of course, the Disney buses are available at these resorts as well to help you get to the other parks on property. Oh, and don't forget that you've got the Epcot Skyliner station right there to help you out too. Planning on spending more time at Magic Kingdom? The Contemporary, Polynesian, and Grand Floridian have the convenience of the Disney monorail. You can even transfer monorails at the Transportation and Ticket Center, and it'll take you the rest of the way to Epcot too. But if you're not feeling the monorail that day, no worries. All three resorts are also within walking distance to Magic Kingdom's front gates, which is super nifty at the end of the day when the crowds getting out of the park are beyond chaos. Each of the monorail resorts also has boat transportation you can take advantage of to and from the hotel and Magic Kingdom as well. The buses are pretty straightforward for the Magic Kingdom area hotels, but there is the possibility that buses will travel between the other Magic Kingdom area resorts before taking you to your final destination, especially during the slower parts of the day. Just something to keep in mind so you don't panic if your bus to the Contemporary suddenly makes a stop at Wilderness Lodge. Speaking of Wilderness Lodge, as well as Fort Wilderness, while these two resort areas don't have monorail access, nor can you walk to Magic Kingdom from either of these spots, you can still reach Magic Kingdom via water taxi or bus. Now, here's something neat about taking a boat from either of these resorts. As you're floating your way to Magic Kingdom, these water taxis will take you through Bay Lake and into Seven Seas Lagoon via a water bridge. Normally, if you're crossing a bridge by foot or by car, the bridge will be taking you over a body of water, but in the case of Disney's innovative water bridge system, the exact opposite is happening, and the water is taking you over dry land. Pretty wild. Quick warning about Fort Wilderness. They don't call it the Wilderness for nothing. That resort area is super spread out, and the bus system can be confusing to navigate at first. Talk about the biggest internal bus loop in the world. Ask a cast member at the front desk for a resort map so you can get an idea of what bus lines will take you where, and consider saving for a golf cart rental to help you get around in style. Time for some good old razzmatazz to spice up your hotel stay. By the way, that's not a song lyric. I just like the word razzmatazz, but have you been keeping track of all the song lyrics that Bria's put in here so far? Because there's definitely been a bunch. So why is it that Disney's deluxe resorts are considered to be top tier? Well, each of the deluxe hotels feature highly themed resort grounds and guest rooms with tons of attention to detail. Just to give you a few quick examples, you could stay in a Moana themed room at Polynesian Village, or a woodland creature centric room at Wilderness Lodge. You might be able to book a theme park view at select resort locations with nightly fireworks views from your private balcony, or you may be able to say hello to giraffes each morning from your Animal Kingdom Lodge window. It's very cool. Along with having multiple pools to lounge by and enjoy throughout your visit, which we're going to talk about more in just a sec, you can also take advantage of the fitness centers too. And if you're staying at Grand Floridian, you'll have the exclusive room service benefit, aka private in-room dining, which is a benefit that returned to this resort and this resort only after the COVID closures took place. There are also multiple dining options for you to choose from at each deluxe hotel, which again, I'm going to talk about more in just a sec because I love talking about food. But what I will say right now is that signature dining options and character dining options are exclusively available at the deluxe hotels. You can't get them at moderate or value resorts. And honestly, places like Animal Kingdom Lodge, Polynesian Village, and Grand Floridian are worth a visit even if you aren't an overnight guest just for the dining alone. Now, not to jump ahead or anything, but that Gasparilla Island Grill mac and cheese from Grand Floridian, I will get on a plane right now to go order that stuff. Please come with me. But one of the best benefits when it comes to staying in a deluxe resort hotel is the ever so fabuloso extended evening hours. On certain nights, certain parks will remain open past normal operating hours, but this perk is only available for guests staying at one of Disney's deluxe resorts. This exclusivity can make for even lighter crowds and way shorter ride lines. But be careful because not every ride in the parks will remain open during extended evening hours. You can find the full list of available attractions that do stay open on the Disney World website. Deluxe resort guests also get to use early theme park entry benefits too, just like the value and moderate resort guests, as well as a handful of Good Neighbor Hotel guests, which will allow you to enter any Disney World park on any day 30 minutes before the general public can. Another thing that all Disney resorts share is that 7-day Lightning Lane booking window. If you stay in a Disney-owned resort during your trip, you'll be able to pre-select Lightning Lanes if you wish to purchase them 7 days before your visit. Meanwhile, all the other guests won't be able to make theirs until 3 days out. Okay, how's about one more major Disney hotel perk before we scoots get out on ahead? Starting in 2025, Disney's deluxe resort guests, as well as Disney's value and moderate resort guests, will get a free water park ticket to the parks. You'll be able to use this perk at either Blizzard Beach or Typhoon Lagoon, depending on which one is open, but you can only use it on your check-in day. Holy cow, it'd probably take the remainder of this video if I started listing out all the activities you can fill your deluxe resort days with, since each resort tends to have its own special offerings and entertainment, as well as a few overlapping activities too. But how's about I list off a handful of things that you might be able to find going on at your Disney Deluxe Resort or any of the other deluxe resorts during your next visit, just to give you something to chew on. Sound good? Good. Okay, let's start with my favorite activity first, Animal Kingdom Lodge's Starlight Safari. This is an hour-long experience that takes place well after the sun goes down. During this tour, guests will receive night vision goggles to spot the African wildlife around the resort's savannah. Prices vary by date, but tend to cost around $75 to $89 each, and you actually get to go out in a savannah safari truck and see these animals. It's very cool. Now, if you don't want to pay for a safari, that's okay. Whether you're staying at Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge or not, maybe you're just swinging by for a visit or a meal, you can pick up an animal spotting guide at the front desk to help you identify the different animals hanging out on the resort's personal savannah. Grand Floridian is your go-to resort if you're looking for some much-needed R&R. Here you'll find the only currently open spa on property, as well as a basin store, a live pianist in the lobby, arts and crafts on select days, and a Cinderella glass slipper photo op on the second floor. When it comes to resort recreation, Fort Wilderness goes above and beyond with lots of outdoor offerings, like the free Chippendale Campfire Sing-Along, premium archery classes, a horse-drawn carriage and wagon ride, or just a horsey meet and greet over at Tri-Circle D Ranch if you don't want to pay for the ride itself because the ponies are super cute, canoe and kayak rentals, and a full-on Segway tour when you pay for the Wilderness Back Trail adventure. For some extra luxury while you're lounging by the pool, you can always rent a cabana. These are available for an extra fee for all resort guests over at the Contemporary, the Grand Floridian, and Disney's Yacht and Beach Club. While cabanas vary depending on their location, your cabana will more than likely have padded furniture, a TV, a ceiling fan, and a mini fridge stocked with complimentary snacks and water. Private catch and release largemouth bass fishing excursions are available to book at any of the Disney World resorts that have a marina. During these excursions, you'll be provided with a guide, a rod and reel, tackle, artificial and live bait, and complimentary beverages. Just don't plan on bringing your own cooler because those aren't allowed on the boat. You can also book a bicycle built for 2 or even 4 at resorts like Boardwalk Inn, Old Key West Resort, and Saratoga Springs. Looking for more free entertainment around the deluxe resorts? You might be able to take part in a poolside activity like trivia games or bingo, water balloon tosses, you name it. Pool activities are going to vary between resorts and change up daily just to keep things interesting. Not to mention, every single Disney World hotel, whether it be a value, a moderate, or a deluxe, has a complimentary movie under the stars that families can attend each night out on the resort lawn or near the feature pool. And many of the Disney Vacation Club resorts feature community halls where you can hang out and play games or kill time on a rainy day. Anyone staying at a resort with a community hall can also take advantage of the board games, the foosball, the ping pong, and other complimentary activities, while other things like DVD rentals may come with a small fee for non-DVC members. And on top of all that, there's always a schedule of activities taking place in the community halls, so be sure to check them out for crafts and games if you have some downtime at your hotel. Okay, I'm going to stop there, but keep in mind that there are so many more potential activities you might find during your deluxe resort visit, which is why it's a good idea to find some real estate in your Disney itinerary where you can take the time to explore your resort and all its different offerings, because if you're going to pay that much to stay there, you might as well take advantage of it. Be on the lookout for signs near your resort lobby or feature pool, which will list off that week's activity offerings going on at your resort. Or head up to the front desk and ask a cast member, and they should be able to hand you over a nice list of everything going on. I promised we'd talk about this. It is time for splishin' and splashin' over at the Deluxe Resort pools. Disney's Deluxe Resort pools are a fun time for everybody. You're going to find feature pools with water slides and exciting theming, leisure pools with more peaceful surroundings, whirlpool spas to help soak your aching feet after those 20,000 step days around the parks, and lots of other fun water features that your kids are going to get a big kick out of. Now, going over every single Deluxe Resort pool would really eat into our time today, so instead I'm just going to shout out a few of our team's all-time faves that we definitely prefer to lounge our day away sitting by or at or whatever. If you've ever wanted to swim next to a volcano, the lava pool at Polynesian Village Resort is going to give you that sense of excitement minus the danger. The 142-foot water slide here offers some unique views of Magic Kingdom where you're going to be able to see Cinderella Castle from the top of the pool. And when Island Tower opens up this December, get ready to take on Moana's Voyage. This whimsical new splash area is going to feature a life-size sculpture of Moana on her boat, which will come sail away close to the new zero-entry Cove pool. The Grand Floridian's beach pool may not have a looming volcano or a Disney princess looking all cool and fierce on the water, but it does do luxury well. There are plenty of lounge chairs available around the poolside, serene cascading waterfalls nearby, and you've got a picture-perfect view of the Seven Seas Lagoon, which you can admire while sipping a Mai Tai from the nearby pool bar. The Grand Floridian is also home to an Alice in Wonderland splash pad where an upturned Mad Hatter's hat dumps water when it fills all the way up to the tippy top. Now, this splash pad also has an oversized teapot that spills water into a series of teacups, showering merry unbirthday guests from down below. I love that splash pad. The Uzima Springs and the Samawati Springs pool at Animal Kingdom Lodge are both only steps away from the resort's full savannah. But why am I shouting out both pools? Because they're both incredibly spacious, so you don't feel like you're constantly swimming on top of and over other guests. Both pools also feature a water slide, though the one over at Samawati is longer, as well as a nearby pool lounge and bar with refreshing specialty drinks and light snacks if you're starting to feel a bit peckish. Now, Samawati's going to have the better pool bar. Magi pool bar, much better than Uzima Springs pool bar. Samawati Springs also has a splash pad called Uwanja Camp, and that's got 3 different play areas for the kids to explore, including a bubbling geyser, a water cannon zone, and squirting African irises. Now, note that Samawati Springs is at Kidani Village, and Uzima Springs is over there at Jumbo House. You can use both pools, but they are pretty far away from each other, so you're going to have to kind of choose one or the other and then hang out. And who could ever forget what's probably the coolest Disney resort pool of all time, Stormalong Bay at Yacht and Beach Club. Stormalong has so much to offer. This is definitely one of the only pools in Disney World that is probably going to make you want to stay at that hotel just for the pool. It's got a lazy river, a 230-foot-long water slide, 3 acres of water attractions, plus a sand bottom pool area, which is really fun. But here's my huge red alert warning. At the beginning of 2025, from January to May, Stormalong Bay will be closed for extended refurbs, which yay for Disney caring about their pools, but boo to no Stormalong Bay for a solid 5 months. And also heads up, some of these refurbishments go a little longer than they're originally planned, so I would probably be careful with making a reservation here for 6 or 7 months. I'd wait probably till like July before I made a reservation. Now, You can just chill at one of the other leisure pools. They'll still be open around these resorts, but why stay at Yacht and Beach if you don't have access to Storm Along, especially if you're a pool person? Now, even with all these super cool pools featured around the deluxe resorts, I must say, Disney's value resorts and moderate resorts also have some knockout pools too. So before you decide to book a deluxe just for its pool, make sure to research the other pools at the other more affordable resorts too, because they might still give you the fun themes and water slides and vacation vibes that you're looking for. We've, of course, done these videos for both the moderate resorts and the value resorts, so you can check both of those out after this. And we have finally gotten to the food at the deluxe resorts. We're going to give you a speedy tour across all the different dining experiences you're going to come across throughout Disney's deluxes. Saratoga Springs might not be worth going out of your way for just to dine if you're not a guest at the resort itself, but the quick service artist palette has some decent bites, like breakfast wraps and salads, pizza slices, as well as some more unique options from time to time, like the braised meatballs, the plant-based gyro, and shrimp and grits. Saratoga also has the Turf Club Bar and Grill. It's a table service option which shines a spotlight on American-style cuisine in a clubhouse-type atmosphere. Dining options are still rather limited at Old Key West Resort, but its table service option, Olivia's Cafe, makes up for it, especially since this restaurant has brunch offerings available all week long. We also love to pay a visit to Goods Food to Go whenever they've got their seasonal key lime pie Dole Whip available. It's one of our all-time favorites. Riviera is the home of Topolino's Terrace, a popular character dining breakfast by day and a signature Italian restaurant by night. But for a cheaper option, Bar Riva is also worth a visit if you're looking for a quiet pool bar setting with refreshing cocktails and unique savory eats like baked brie and veggie skewers. One of the best parts about staying at the Contemporary Resort is how many awesome dining options you've got within steps of your room. Looking for something fancy? Book a reservation for California Grill on the 15th floor, which also has a private balcony where you can watch the Magic Kingdom fireworks. Want a nice big juicy steak? Make dinner reservations for Steakhouse 71. We love it. Ready to meet all the Fab Five in one place without waiting in multiple theme park queue lines? Reservations for Chef Mickey's are a must. Or if you just want something quick and easy and cheap and still satisfying, Contempo Cafe is one of our favorite quick services at all the resorts. The Boardwalk Inn's got a few decent dining and drink stops that you can check out during your next visit, including the brand new Blue Ribbon Corn Dog stand, with that infamous pickle corn dog that you'll either love or be totally weirded out by, or a healthy mixture of both. The Cake Bake Shop by Gwendolyn Rogers is slated to open in 2024. It's been experiencing quite a few construction delays, but they just revealed the menu. The walls are down, so I'm thinking it's going to open pretty soon. In the meantime, Boardwalk Inn also has offerings like the Boardwalk Deli for quick service eats and on-the-go drinks, Trattoria Al Forno for Italian cuisine, and Flying Fish for gourmet seafood. Polynesian Village's dining, drink, and snack options are nothing short of memorable. This is one of our favorite eating hotels in all of Disney World. You've got Hawaiian style, all you care to enjoy dining at Ohana with a Lilo, Stitch, Mickey, and Pluto character meal during breakfast. Interactive tiki bars at Trader Sam's Grog Grotto and Tiki Terrace. Lapu Lapu cocktails served in full-on pineapples over at Tambu Lounge. Lots of Dole Whip goodies at Pineapple Lanai, and several other quick services and restaurants and drink destinations where you can sit back, relax, and really feel like you're finally on vacation. Oh, we didn't even mention Captain Cook's. That's another one of our favorite spots for quick service dining in the hotels. Don't forget to get the pulled pork nachos. Fort Wilderness is home to the only dinner theater show currently on property, Hoop-de-Doo Musical Review. And not too long ago, Trails End Restaurant was reimagined as a marketplace concept with expanded quick service options where you can pick up both hot and chilled grab-and-go eats, as well as reasonably priced meals that'll feed the whole family. Whether you're looking for a character meal or a nice place to lounge and drink or quick service eats or maybe an interactive dining experience with lots of server shenanigans, Wilderness Lodge is going to go on the list for you and say check, check, check. But my two favorite places to eat at this resort have got to be Storybook Dining at Artist Point with Snow White, which takes place inside this enchanted forest setting and has a phenomenal prefix menu of options, and Geyser Point Bar and Grill, which has two separate menus depending on whether you're in the mood to lounge and hang out in their open-air establishment or you want to take your eats on the go. Yacht Club has classier dining options like Yachtsman Steakhouse, Ale and Compass, and the Cruise Cup Lounge, which has my beloved prime rib sliders that you'll see me consume in a very non-classy manner because I'm too busy gobbling them up like a gremlin. Don't look at me. Beach Club has some more charismatic dining options though, like the retro-themed Beaches and Cream and the seafood buffet Cape May Cafe, which turns into a beach-themed character meal during breakfast. I can't wait to see how you like those salted caramel beach buns. Now, Grand Floridian is all about keeping it super classy with its fine dining restaurants like Narcoossee's and Citrico's, as well as its Beauty and the Beast themed lounge, Enchanted Rose. This is also where you're going to find the AAA 5-diamond restaurant, which finally got its Michelin recognition, Victoria and Albert's, as well as my wonderfully golden Gasparilla Island Grill house-made mac and cheese. If you try to separate me from my noodly goodness, good luck. And remember how I mentioned Animal Kingdom Lodge has the short end of the stick when it comes to transportation? It more than makes up for that by having what I believe is the best Disney resort dining on property. The African-inspired cuisine available at Boma, the Mara, Sanaa, and Jiko is as memorable as it is delicious. Even if you're not staying at this resort during your next trip, you may still want to book a reservation for one of these restaurants, minus the Mara, which is the main quick service option here if you don't have to have a reservation there, for a meal that's incredibly unique in a setting that's picturesque and vibrant and filled with traditional African memorabilia. Now, don't freak out. For those of you who are picky eaters or have picky eaters in your family, the food isn't all completely African or Ethiopian or Asian inspired. These menus have a lot of different options and everybody's going to be happy. I promise you're going to find something for everyone. Okay, I told you I'd make it speedy, but maybe that recap was too speedy for you when it came to food and you're really ready to dig into what these restaurants are all about. If that's the case, be sure to check out our DFB Guide to Walt Disney World Dining. This is where we cover not only all of Disney's resort restaurants, but all of Disney World's restaurants, period, giving you the 411 about what each place has to offer and what discounts you might be able to find, what tips and tricks you can apply to make your dining experience the best, and so much more. Just head over to the dfbstore.com website, pick up your digital guide today. Don't forget to type in code YouTube to get extra savings. And also, this is 100% money back guaranteed, y'all. If you don't like the book, that's fine. Just let us know. We'll give you your money back and you get to keep it. Now, we've made it to one of the biggest downsides of staying in the Disney World Deluxe Resorts, and that is how stinking expensive they are. I'm not here to just tell you that. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to look at the price ranges for one deluxe resort in each Disney World area. So for Disney Springs, we'll look at Old Key West. For Epcot, we'll look at Boardwalk Inn. For Magic Kingdom, Grand Floridian. And for Animal Kingdom, we'll look at, well, Animal Kingdom Lodge, of course. Keep in mind that price ranges for the other Disney Deluxe resorts do vary, but they'll look relatively similar to the examples I'm providing you with today, because we've got a good mix of super expensive deluxe resorts and kind of mid-priced, lower-priced deluxe resorts. I don't even want to say mid-priced or even lower price, but less expensive deluxe resorts, I guess. Okay, here we go. Just gonna go right ahead and pull that Band-Aid off. At Old Key West, there's a variety of room options you could pay for, spanning between deluxe studios as well as villas of different sizes. The most basic room option at Old Key West is the Deluxe Studio. Remember, this is a Disney Vacation Club resort, so these are all going to be slightly larger rooms. And the Deluxe Studio has 2 queen beds and sleeps up to 4 people. This is going to be the type of room that's closest to a standard room you'd find in any other hotel. Now, just for this room is going to be $500 to $650 per night. But wait, it only gets scarier from here. If you've got a smaller group, you can opt for the 1 or 2 bedroom villas, which include 1 king bed, 1 queen size sleeper sofa, and 1 twin sleeper chair. For a 1-bedroom villa, you can expect to pay between $650 and $800 a night. And if you have a bigger group, the 2-bedroom villas might be more fitting for you, both literally and figuratively. These villas include 1 king bed, 2 queen beds, 1 queen sleeper sofa, and 1 twin sleeper chair. So you basically kind of have 2 hotel rooms here, and then an area in the middle that's going to be a living space and a kitchen. And these are going to go for $950 to $1,300 per night. But the biggest Old Key West villa option of them all, the 3-bedroom grand villa, this can sleep up to 11 to 12 people. You're going to pay between $1,900 and $2,400 per night for one of these. So make sure you got other family members in your posse ready to help pitch in with that price tag. When it comes to regular rooms at Boardwalk Inn, stays will generally cost between $550 and $700 per night during Disney World's off-peak season. But club level rooms during the same off-peak time of year can cost around $900 per night for the standard room. Tack on an extra $200 per night if you decide to stay club level around the holidays or peak season times. And if you want to stay at one of those 2-story garden suites like we talked about earlier, expect to pay more around $1,200 to $2,000 per night. Over at Animal Kingdom Lodge, a more standard stay with no savannah view, meaning you can't see the animals from your room, could put you back around $500 to $750 per night. But if you upgrade to the savannah view, you're looking at a stay that's going to cost you $800 to $1,000 per night. And if you upgrade that room majorly to a 2-bedroom suite with a savannah view and club level access, that's going to be $2,300 to $3,900 per night. I know, it's a mortgage payment at this point. You ready for Grand Floridian now? Probably not, but here we go nonetheless. On average, standard rooms at Grand Flo range around $700 to $900 per night. Deluxe rooms with club level access cost around $1,200 to $1,500 per night. And 1 to 2 bedroom suites have the potential of being $1,600 to $4,000 per night, depending on the season and room location. But if you get the bougiest room of them all, the Grand Suite Club level, get ready to pay $3,600 to $5,500 per night. It's a lot, and that's putting it lightly. Now, there are a couple of ways you can help knock down those outrageously high resort price tags. For starters, always check Disney World's special offers page on their website to see if any limited time savings opportunities have popped up for your upcoming resort stay. You know how we are. We always say don't ever pay rack rate for a Disney World hotel. You never have to. They're going to have some sort of discount going on. And if you don't mind not paying for your Disney hotel directly through the Disney website, you can always try to get a DVC rental through a reliable third-party site. We always recommend David's DVC rentals. These rental sites act as kind of a go-between or a bridge between Disney Vacation Club owners who are looking to rent out their unused vacation points and non-DVC owners who are looking to save hundreds on their next Disney Deluxe Resort stay. To learn more about these types of DVC rental sites, check out our Disney World Hotel Secret that could save you hundreds video right after this. So we've made it to the big question, is it worth it? We've had this ongoing debate in the DFB sphere for quite a while, so now we're turning it over to you to help us decide once and for all. Is the price tag for a deluxe resort really worth it? Much like how I make most of my life decisions, we're going to create a list here to help visualize things a little bit better. On the left side, we're going to keep track of the pro deluxe resort arguments, and on the right side, we'll keep track of the pro value resort arguments. Ready? Let's fight. So let's start off by stating the obvious against deluxe hotels. Value resorts are significantly cheaper than the deluxe ones. To give you a bit of context, here are some ballpark prices for the values. Typically, all-star resorts are usually $180 to $200 per night. Pop Century, $220 to $260. Art of Animation, $250. While the family suites are at $600. So basically, I can stay at Pop Century for 2 to 3 nights for the price of one standard night at Grand Floridian. So it seems value resorts are better for extended stays, so that you don't have to worry about breaking the bank on just one hotel room. And you can still stay in the Disney bubble all trip long. That being said, don't be sleeping on those Disney resort discounts. Sometimes you can get a really good annual pass holders deal or Disney Visa card holder deal or just a plain old good deal period that anyone can use to make those deluxe prices a bit more manageable. We call those general public discounts. Just this past year, one of our DFB writers was able to book a deluxe studio at Saratoga Springs for $320 per night just by keeping an eye out for those discounts. And this might be cheating a little bit, but if you want a very high value deluxe resort option, you might want to take a look at Swan and Dolphin. They're owned by Marriott. They are within walking distance to Epcot and Hollywood Studios. They're right there next to the Boardwalk Inn and Yacht and Beach Club. And even though they're not owned by Disney, Swan and Dolphin are still treated like Disney Deluxe Resorts, meaning you might pay $350 to $700 per night, depending on the time of year and the deals and the hotel points, and you'll still get many of the same benefits that Disney's Deluxe Resort guests receive, including extended evening hours. That's a huge deal. Another argument for Disney's Deluxe Resorts: location. That selection of deluxe resorts I talked about earlier, the ones within walking distance to Magic Kingdom, Epcot, and Hollywood Studios, is a proximity you're only going to get by staying at a deluxe hotel with all that prime real estate at its disposal. But again, if you're staying at a resort like Pop Century or Art of Animation, you've got the Skyliner on your side, which also gives you a nice clear shot to 2 of the 4 Disney parks, again at a much cheaper rate. And let's not forget about those internal bus loops that you'll find at Saratoga Springs and Old Key West. Meanwhile, internal bus loops are nowhere to be found at the value resorts, though the All-Stars do sometimes share buses during slower times of the day. Compared to the food that you'll find at some of those deluxe hotels, the food options at value hotels are lackluster. But here's the thing, you don't have to stay at a deluxe hotel in order to eat at their restaurants. So even if you choose to stay at one of the All-Stars, you're still more than welcome to make reservations for California Grill or Ohana or even Victoria and Albert's if you want to get real fancy one night. You'll just have to factor in the extra travel time, especially if you're not taking your own car, since Disney Resort buses won't travel between resorts. And even if you choose a value resort over a deluxe resort, sure, you'll miss out on those extended evening hours benefits, but you're still going to get the early theme park entry benefits, the 7-day Lightning Lane booking window, and the free water park ticket come 2025. But when it comes to luxury, value resorts are definitely not luxurious. Deluxe resorts are suitable for short getaways worthy of a big celebration, like a honeymoon or an anniversary, where you're going to want to spend some extra time outside the parks and just enjoying the extra amenities around your hotel. Having a hard time choosing a winner? I know, it's really hard. I've been doing this for like 20 years and I still can't do it. You can also consider doing a split stay to have your cake and eat it too. This is usually what we end up doing. Split stays are where you book a deluxe resort for half your vacation and then stay at a value resort for the other half. That way you can receive deluxe perks on some days without having to pay a deluxe resort price all trip long. This is a win-win. So what's your final verdict? Are you team deluxe resort, value resort? Maybe you're team moderate resort, giving you a nice happy medium to work with. Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to pick up our free Disney hotel guide over at disneyfoodblog.com/hotels. We're going to send that over to you so fast. And again, it's going to be totally free. Thanks for listening, everyone, and thanks for watching. As always, this is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.